Ravi, send that beggar away,
cried his mother from the back veranda, where she was chatting with Tapi.
He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he finds another house to beg from.
Pati explained to Tapi. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home,
Go away.
said Ravi sternly.
My party says it's time you find another house to beg from.
The beggar opened his eyes very wide and gazed at each of the children one by one. He then raised his voice. Amma, Amma, oh, sighed his wail, might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. Someone who cried, Amma, Amma, oh, was a beggar. It was time for lunch, and that is why he came for that. But Ravi's mother, listening beggars cry, she told Ravi to send him back. She told Ravi to tell him that he should go somewhere to beg from. Ravi obeyed his mother's command and went to him. Meena and Mridu also went behind Ravi. The beggar had already entered in the garden. He felt very comfortable there. As his mother told Ravi to do, he did the same. Ravi said to the beggar sternly, Go away, go and beg somewhere from. Here, sternly means seriously or strictly. Did the beggar go away? No, he didn't go. He opened his eyes widely and stared at all three children. Here, stared means beggar looked at them for a long time. And then what did he do? Did he shout at them? The beggar again cried out loudly, Amma, Amma, oh. His voice was not feeble. Here, feeble means his voice was not very weak. It was loud enough to hear.
Ravi, tell him there is nothing left in the kitchen, called Rukumani, and he is not to come again. Tell him that she sounded fed up.
Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. What his mother said had been easy for them all to hear there under the neem tree. The beggar sat up and sighed.
I'll go, he said wearily. Only let me have a rest here under this tree. The sun is so hot, the tar has melted on the road. My feet are already blistered.
He stretched out his feet to show large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. Here, listening the cry of beggar, second time, Rukumani again told her son, Ravi, to send the beggar away, telling him that nothing is left in the kitchen. She told him that the beggar should never come again for begging. Rukmani told so loudly that it was very clear to hear for the beggar and three children. And therefore Ravi didn't repeat what his mother had told him to do. It was intense hot, and so the beggar sat under the neem tree and then he sighed. Here, sighed means that the beggar took long, deep breath and then let it out. That could be heard. It showed that he was very tired and sad. And then beggar began to say something. Now what did he say to Ravi? He told to Ravi, verily. Here, verily means very tired.
Now I am very tired. Let me take rest under this tree. I feel so comfortable here. And you know, it's very hot. The tar on the road is melted. And I am very sad to say that my feet are blistered.
Here, tar means a black sticky liquid. In Hindi, we can say dama. Because of heavy sunlight, tar was melted. And blistered means swelling on the surface of the skin that is filled with liquid. It happens due to burning or rubbing. The beggar didn't have slippers on his feet. He was in bare feet. Here, bare means without slippers, empty or not covered. The sole of his feet was swollen. It was looking pink because the skin was peeled like peeling of potatoes.
I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals.
Mridu whispered to Meena and Ravi.
Have you got an old pair in the house somewhere? I don't know.
Said Ravi.
Mine are too small to fit his feet, or I would have given them to him.
His feet were larger than Mridu's and Meena's.
He needs something on his feet.
Meena said.
Her big eyes feeling it's not fair.
Mridu felt pity for beggar, and of course Ravi and Meena as well, and said slowly to Meena and Ravi, perhaps he does not have money to buy slippers. Do you have a pair of chappals in the house somewhere? Ravi said, Mridu, I really don't know. My slippers are too small. It wouldn't fit him. Otherwise, I would have given my slippers to him. Even Mridu and Meena's slippers were small for beggar. And then Meena spoke. Of course, he needs something on his feet. Otherwise, his feet will be burnt. We can't send him like that back. It's not fair, dear Ravi.
Said Ravi. I'm thinking about it, blubbering. It's not fair. It's not fair. Isn't going to help. In 2 minutes, he will be frying his feet on that road. What he needs is a pair of chappals. So, where do we get them? Come, let's search the house. He pushed Bridu and Meena into the house. Just as she stepped into the veranda, Bridu's eyes fell on the odd-looking chappals she had noticed when she arrived. Ravi, she whispered to him, "Whose are those?" Ravi turned and glanced at the shabby-looking but sturdy old slippers. He beamed and nodded. "These are just the right size," he said, picking them up. Bridu and Meena followed him nervously back into the garden.
Here, three children, Ravi, Meena, and Bridu, were trying to do something for beggar. So Ravi said to Meena and Bridu, "Wait, if you say it's not fair, we can't help him. And if we don't give him anything to wear, his feet will be fried. So what to do? Let's look for his slippers." They came to house to search for his slippers from garden. Here, as Bridu came to veranda, she saw an odd-looking chappals. Here, odd means a strange-looking slippers. She had seen that slippers when she arrived with her tapi, but she had no time to see since she was taken to backyard by her cousins. Bridu told Ravi quietly, "Whose are those chappals? Perhaps they would fit him." Ravi immediately turned and looked at the shabby chappals, but sturdy one. Here, shabby means slippers were not in good condition, and sturdy means the slippers were strong and not easily damaged. Ravi beamed and nodded. Here, beamed means Ravi smiled as if he had got a gold, and nodded means he moved his head up and down and said to Bridu, "These would really fit on him." He picked the chappals and then went back to the garden to give them to beggar. Bridu and Meena also went behind him in the garden.
"Here," said Ravi to the beggar, dropping the slippers in front of the old man. "Wear these and don't come back." The beggar stared at the slippers, hurriedly flung his towel over his shoulder, pushed his feet into them, and left, muttering a blessing to the children. In a minute, he had vanished around the corner of the street.
Here, Ravi gave the slippers to beggar, which was music master's. and told him to wear them, and then told him, please don't come back again. In his lifetime, perhaps the beggar had never put on the slippers, and hence he stared at slippers. What is stared here? Stared means he looked at slippers for a long time. He picked up his towel, put it on his shoulder, wore the slippers, and then left the garden, giving blessings to children. He vanished immediately. Here, vanished means he disappeared quickly. And then what happened next? We shall see in the next video.